Hi, it's Elliott and welcome back to part 5 in the series Ultimate Energy Healing. In the last few videos we've talked about things like getting outside of our bubble, our ego, taking a higher perspective, and also connecting with an unconditional flow of infinite source of energy, which is healing energy. And we've also talked about resonating and getting on the same wavelength as the energy so we can receive that energy. But what I thought we'd do in this video is we'll talk a little bit more detail about what that energy actually is. What actually is healing energy? So one analogy we've used, I think we've already used this in the videos, is the sun. The sun is a great example for us to use as an analogy for healing energy for several reasons. One is that it's an infinite, endless supply of unconditional energy which is just pouring down on us. Another thing is that it's similar in many ways to healing energy because it provides us with the kind of energy that we need for life, to give life and to make things alive on the planet. The great thing about using the sun as an analogy for healing energy is that it comes down on us. So it's got this downward flow which we spoke about earlier as far as being the infinite unconditional flow of healing energy. An interesting thing with the sun and with light is that the waves that come down from the sun are in fact electromagnetic energy. And in a sense, the reason I'm crossing these lines is because you've got electrical and magnetic energy. That is what healing energy is. It's electromagnetic. And we know we use electromagnetic energy in our devices and our technologies for transmitting information. There's a number of things about healing energy which we could go into in a lot more detail. We don't have time today, but what I'm going to do is give you the concept of healing energy as an electromagnetic energy. So basically the light from the sun, you know when there's clouds in the sky that energy is blocked by those clouds. And so when you go outside on a cloudy day, you don't feel the sunlight. And a great way to describe how healing energy feels when you connect with it is that a good way to imagine it would be to turn your back on the sun. And so the sun is behind you. And imagine the clouds slowly shifting from the path of the sun. And as they do, the sunlight hits you on the back, or on the back of the head or on the back of the shoulders. And you feel that warmth and that glow of the sunlight on your body. So in a sense that's what happens when we receive or when we tune into healing energy, is that those clouds are essentially removed and we feel the energy hit us in a similar way to feeling that sunlight hit our bodies. The great thing with healing energy is not only is it a warmth and a light that we feel when we connect with healing energy, but it's an information source. I know I'm moving through a lot of information here quite quickly, but to describe the nature of healing energy is really important to understand that it's not only just an energy, like a light and a warmth, and it gives us this feeling of almost like sunlight within ourselves when we connect with it, but there's information, and that information connects inside our body with our DNA. And our DNA is responsible for growing healthy bodies, healthy cells replicating and performing the functions they're supposed to perform. In fact, almost every cell and function in our body is determined by the health of our DNA and how well our DNA is being reproduced. So when this healing energy, when we connect with it, when it reaches our body, when it reaches the internal workings of our cells in our body, it gives us the information we need for health. And that's the nature of the energy. It's a light, it's electromagnetic, and it's information. Those are the key things to remember. There's a number of feelings that you get with healing energy, and so those feelings can be quite easy to determine. So you'll know when you're connecting with healing energy when you get things like peace, comfort, warmth, so a warm glow, and also a feeling of love, almost a feeling that you've been loved from above and beyond, from beyond yourself. So those are very, very clear signs that you're connecting with healing energy. And I guess in religions there's things like there's God and there's spirit, and those things that we talk about are also connecting with that healing energy. So there's a strong correlation with the actual source of life and light and the information that our bodies need to grow and be healthy, and also with the spiritual things which are generic throughout humanity. When we connect, when we're in the right space and we are in tune and we resonate with that source, then we feel it within ourselves. And that feeling is, yes, it's an energy, it's a warm glow, it's a feeling of being connected, but most of all, the feeling we get is a sense of deep, deep peace and comfort. And that's how we know we're connecting with healing energy. So I hope that's been helpful, and that's helped explain a little bit about what healing energy is. And in the next video, what I'm going to do is talk about how we can really make that connection. So we've talked about resonating with the energy, we've talked about resonating with the source of that energy, and we've also talked about what the energy is and the nature of that energy. But now what we want to talk about is how to really connect with it. And then moving on from there, we're going to talk about how to get it to move and get it to flow and really get it to move within yourself to encourage that healing to take place.